All right, so we're going to talk about Arkansas quarterback Taylen Green and what he needs to do to have success against A&M's defense. We're going to watch about 4 or 5 clips of Green and his plays to avoid and plays to repeat in order to have success against A&M's defense. But before we watch Green, let's watch a few clips of A&M's defense. Let's talk about what A&M's defense has done well and maybe what are some ways you can attack A&M's defense. So we're going to get into Green and talk about a lot of the keys and what he needs to avoid, I promise. But first few plays, first few minutes, let's talk about A&M's defense. And thus far, A&M's defense has shown the willingness just to be happy to bring only 3 or 4 the majority of the time and drop 7 or 8. They want to try to confuse the quarterback pre-snap to make a bad decision. Against Riley Leonard from Notre Dame, they blitzed 32% of passing plays, but they were strategic blitzes. Against Florida, against Lagway and Mertz, they only blitzed, I think it was 12%, 15% of passing plays, and they forced 3 interceptions. They're trying to confuse you pre-snap. So you're going to see they're showing one thing pre-snap, then they show something else post-snap, right? So let's go ahead and watch here. Again, this is broadcast footage, so I do apologize. It's not the best quality. We got to slow it down so people don't get mad at us, but does a good job getting the point across. So A&M only brings 4 here, and I think Mertz or Lagway is in. He's out of the screen. I apologize, but notice they just bring 4. They do get pressure and they force a sack here. Now, against Taylen Green, I don't know how many sacks are going to be realistic, but I think hurries can be huge for A&M's defense. If they hurry Green, confuse him pre-snap, then he's shown the tendency to throw some really bad throws and lead to some interceptions. So for A&M's defense, I guarantee that's what they're preaching. Hey, let's bring 3 or 4. Maybe we bring some strategic blitzes, but let's show one thing pre-snap. Let's show something else. Let's do something else post-snap and try to confuse the Arkansas quarterback to throw a pick because he's shown it before. But I do think there are some areas you can have success if you're Green. It's one of his main keys that I have, which we're going to talk about in a second. I want to see more play action from Green. We're going to watch 3 clips of Graham Mertz utilizing play action and some of Florida's best drives against A&M was off play action. You're going to see it gets defenders out of position. The threat of the run game in Arkansas, if you get the run game going, you could have some success. The threat of the run game has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 A&M defenders all within 6 yards of the line of scrimmage, right? Leads to right open receiver, easy throw for Mertz here, right? Hits his receiver in stride, ends up being a big first down for Florida. So that's 1 play action. 2 play action. I think they're in pistol here, and let's watch A&M's defense. How many guys do they have, within 5 or 6 yards line of scrimmage? Play action. Right now they realize it's a pass. Oh shoot, they got to recover. Look at all these guys inside the line of scrimmage. We're 5 guys, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excuse me, 8 guys. I don't know why I said 5. 8 guys within 5 yards line of scrimmage. This gets defenders out of position. Now, again, A&M's defenders or defensive coaches are way smarter than me. If I'm saying this is a way to attack them, they're obviously trying to prevent that by trying to disguise something pre-snap and post-snap. But still, I think, man, and Arkansas hasn't used play action a ton yet. That's why I think you can have some success. It can create easy throws for Green, easy options, which if I'm Pacino, that's all I'm trying to do. So here's the last play action clip against A&M's defense that we'll watch. But you're going to see it gets defenders out of position. We got a little pre-snap motion going on here, some window dressing. So we've seen some shotgun, we've seen some pistol, and we've seen play action out of both. Again, defenders get out of position. How many guys do we have inside 5 yards line of scrimmage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys within 5 yards line of scrimmage. That's awesome. So if Arkansas can get the threat of the run game going, if they can have some success, I think the play action could be huge for Arkansas. It could really help Taylen Green as well. Mertz takes a shot here, right? Yeah, takes a shot, delivers a really good ball. That's a nice throw. All right, so just to recap A&M's defense, though, A&M's defense is stout. They're very good. I'm just showing a few clips of them having success. They had more plays where they had success against Florida's offense than Florida had success. Same against Notre Dame. But the play action could potentially be there. But A&M's defense, I think they're going to try to confuse you before the snap and lead to some bad play. So if I'm Taylen Green, what are the keys for Green? What's the keys for Arkansas? I want to center the offense around Green's legs, man, if I'm being completely honest with you. Scrambles and design runs have been some of the most successful plays for Arkansas's offense. So how can you make that like an offensive scheme or a strategy, right? I want to center the game around Green. And honestly, the theme for Green is the same as last week, man. You want to avoid bad plays. You want to make easy passes. You want to keep it simple. Those are kind of the main keys, right? So let's watch a few clips of Green running the ball. So we're going to see, this is, I think, the opening drive. This is a straight scramble here. Actually, I want to watch the backside view. Sorry, I'm going to show it, I promise. Okay, so here's a clip. Again, this is what makes Green special. This is what makes Green tough to defend, even with all the freaking whoopsie-daisy throws and the bad decisions and the bad passes that we've seen so far. This right here is special. So how can you make it the center of the offense? He takes off, gets a big run on a scramble for a first. I think this was a 3rd and 10. The next clip we're going to watch of Green running the ball is a designed run. And this is why I think you can have success off play action. Because the threat of him running the ball can lead to some success of your running backs running the ball. And that can lead to some success throwing the ball off of play action. And it can make easy throws. I don't have the numbers in front of me of last game, but up until last game, only 22% of Green's passes were off play action. So I do want to see play action a bit more. Here's a running, a good run here off a designed run. This is when Green jumps, though. You want to avoid doing that, right? But yeah, Taylen Green, biggest keys. I'm just going over the keys. Eliminate the bad throws, which we're going to watch here in a second. Avoid the bad throws. Make the easy throws, I think, is the biggest thing. And then, can you rely on play action? Those are my big 3 or 4 keys. Rely on play action. Avoid making bad decisions. Avoid, not hitting open receivers. And then center the game around the run. Maybe that's more of me saying from a coaching standpoint, but I want to center the offense around Taylen Green's legs, because that is the most. What is that? I apologize. That is the most dangerous part of his game, in my opinion. All right, so let's watch the 2 interceptions here. Both these throws just don't need to be had. I think he was looking at his guy the whole time here, and we're going to see there's like 3 or 4 defenders the entire time. Look, his eyes don't leave. His eyes don't leave. If I go back, just watch his eyes. His eyes don't leave the whole time, the whole time from the snap of the ball. Boom, catches the ball and goes directly to middle of the field where he wants to go with the ball the entire time. And then just throws a pick, right? This is huge. Like situational football awareness. Look how many guys you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5th guy here that leads to a pick. I know it's a tip ball, but that ball shouldn't have been thrown. So situational football awareness, that's what you want to improve on. Here's another interception. This is, I want to say a corner route here maybe. Is that right? Yeah, I believe it was a corner route. Again, this shouldn't have been thrown. This is really good coverage. We're going to see his eyes go to him. That's where he wants to go. Watch his eyes the entire time. This was another predetermined throw. You just have to avoid these. If Green avoids turnovers, even if he's not super accurate, if he avoids turnovers, they've got a good chance to beat A&M, right? So you want to avoid these type of throws. You want to avoid this. This can absolutely kill you. But at the same time, and I talked to some Arkansas fans about this, like Green almost reminds me of a home run hitter in baseball, where you go 0 for 20 and then you hit a bomb. Then you go 0 for 10, you hit another bomb. Where like you always have a threat of the big play. That's because he's so athletic. Now this ball is thrown behind the receiver, right? I get it. You should have thrown it in front of him, hit him earlier. But the ability to scramble, take a hit, and deliver a 60-something yard ball in the air is something you can't teach. So these are the reasons why Green, I think, is still the quarterback. I know Arkansas fans, some at least, are wanting a different quarterback, and I get it. But plays like this, the reason why Green is still under center. Man, if he can just avoid the bad plays, the turnovers, he doesn't have to be as accurate as Arkansas fans want him to be. He doesn't. But if he avoids bad plays, if he just avoids turnovers and is able to utilize his legs efficiently, they got a shot. This is thrown from the 30, let's call it the 30, we'll call it 35-yard line. In the air, pressure, he gets hit, thrown on the run. I mean, not a lot of quarterbacks can do that in college football. I get it. He's open. The receiver had to stop. That's, 60-something yards in the air as he's getting hit. Hell of a catch, too. Jeez. But yeah, so keys for Green, I apologize. Eliminate those plays we just watched. Eliminate, avoid bad plays. Center the game around his legs, utilize his legs. Use some play action. I didn't show any play action here, but use play action. I think can really get A&M's defense out of position. And then you got to hit in the simple plays. You got to hit on the open receivers. So if you're an Arkansas fan or even an A&M fan, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Arkansas fans, what do you think the keys are for Green? I know I talked to a lot of y'all throughout the week, so I have a decent understanding what y'all think. I know some are wanting Singleton, so I get it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below, what you think Green needs to do to have success and to beat Texas A&M. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow. We put out SEC quarterback content on a regular basis. Like, share, subscribe. We're just a big quarterback hub, talking all things quarterbacks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.